different perspectives on what makes a man a homosexual. The first, the heterosexual perspective, is that homosexuals are men who have sex with men. The gay man's perspective, briefly put, is that he is attracted to other men. The difference between the two descriptions is important. The heterosexual identifies a single objective behavior, the gay man an entire internal life of feeling. While the straight man may feel support, indifference, fear, or contempt for the idea of the homosexual, the gay man has more complex feelings, in part because the term has historically been used to stigmatize. "Are you a homosexual?" is easily, often correctly, experienced as the opening salvo of an attack. The majority of gay-identified men do have at least a marginally conscious sense that being gay is about more than sexual attraction or sex. But many gay men have been swayed by the heterosexual definition and have accepted the narrow, behaviorally defined identity. In today's gay assimilationist politics, gay men often explain themselves to heterosexuals with the idea that they are attracted to men, but otherwise just like you. In that assertion, the gay man is accepting the heterosexual perspective on who he is. The gender of his sexual partner defines him as gay and is his only distinguishing difference. From a psychological perspective, this is simply not the whole truth, and the claim often does a serious disservice to gay lives. For gay men, sexual attraction to other men is only one expression of something more fundamental, something that might be called a gay sensibility. As I'm using the term, gay sensibility describes both the man's internal experience of himself and his characteristic external expression of self to others. Together, the two constitute a sensibility, and a gay sensibility is often different from that of heterosexual men. Sexual attraction is not the cause of gay sensibility, although it may influence and inform it, nor is the simple idea of the homosexual an adequate characterization of that sensibility. The question I am raising, whether or not gay men are homosexuals and should be characterized as such, is not at all intended to dismiss the importance of gay sexual lives. Sexuality is of central importance in all human life, whether acknowledged or not. What it means to be gay has for too long been defined by others, and too much of that imposed definition has been incorporated into gay self-experience. Being gay offers important opportunities that can only be realized if gay people can free themselves of societal and internalized stigma, much of which stems from the conventional idea of the homosexual. Freed from this narrow characterization, gay people have lives that are, in some ways, like heterosexual lives, and in other ways, appreciably different. Lives that express such complexity are often better, fuller, more authentic lives. Gay people, with the historical focus largely on men, have been designated homosexuals in the psychological literature since the late 19th century, when the previously little-used term appeared in the German psychiatric text Psychopathia Sexualis. In addition to homosexuality, the author, Richard von Krafft-Ebing, catalogued other psychosexual phenomena, including bestiality, exhibitionism, pedophilia, and sadism. The company homosexuals kept in this tome of perversions was a good indicator of where the understanding of gay lives was headed in the developing psychiatric literature, the popular mind, and, too often, the gay mind. But the significance of psychopathia sexualis went disturbingly beyond the classification of same-sex behavior as a pathological perversion. Before this treatise, homosexual sex had only been a behavior, a single anomaly in an otherwise normal human being. With psychopathia, homosexual behavior became something that could identify and characterize an entire person. Not only was the behavior pathological, the entire man was. The man with a discrete cancer had become a cancer. The newly assigned identity was readily incorporated into the self-experience of gay men, giving rise to a self-perpetuating psychosocial dynamic of imposed social stigma and reactive internalized shame that, in turn, bolstered the stigma. Gay men were identified as being homosexuals, and that is what they started to feel like.